Grand rising, grand afternoon, grand evening, grand rest, wherever you are, beloved cosmic multiversal soul familia. Here we are back again. This is going to be a little bit different for a Friday. We are going to call this Fan Your Flame Friday. And why do I say that? Because we're going to sit here and we are going to shower you. Shower the collective. Shower everyone with some Work Your Light blessings. Affirmations coming in as well. This particular Friday session is going to be about the good stuff. The only thing we're facing in this session is all the golden nuggets within each and every one of us, and reminders from our child self all the way up to our highest self. The light that exists within. So let's gas the collective up a little bit, why don't we? With Fan Our Flames Friday. Actually, it'll likely be Fan Your Flame Friday. But nevertheless, here we go. Let's get started, and just know we are surrounded in the light of protection throughout the day. It is at our side and guiding our words and actions to come from a place of love. Clearing our energy and vibration of negative thoughts and beliefs, helping us to fully and completely experience love, light, and joy that is present in every moment, and guiding our path for our highest and greatest good. So it is, so it is, so it is. Yes, as mentioned, we're going to go into the Work Your Light first, and it seems as though this one wants to stick around. So let's turn it over. We have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? And with this temple of, some may pronounce it Phili, some may pronounce it Phili. This is what was known to be the Temple of Isis in Egypt. So I'm not telling you that you must go on a pilgrimage to the Temple of Phili or Phili. What I am saying is that it is a good time to bring in more feminine energy for Friday. Some of you are actually in Saturday at this time. So, we would be a bit behind schedule with this message for you. So even though this is like Fan Your Flame Friday, we're still going to make it a bit more timeless. We'll just say that this message is amplified on a Friday, but it is relevant to all other days of the week as well. So the interesting thing about this card coming out first is that before I sat down here, I thought, well, this is going to be one of those weekends to play catch up and really go hard and tap into the action of that masculine energy. And here we are with the Work Your Light deck. being encouraged the opposite, quite frankly. Now, taking some form of action is still relevant. I'm not going to say, don't do anything with yourselves the entire time, but find ways to tap into or rediscover feminine leadership qualities within each of you. And not looking for it in others so that you think you know what you're looking for, because that's not how it works, and you'll never get accuracy out of trying to find your feminine leadership qualities in someone else. And the coolest thing about this card is that Imrama is a journey of the soul. A voyage in which we don't have to know where we're going, but our soul knows the way. We're being called on a soul journey, or already on one, and you can do this online. You can research some of these physically ancient places and advanced search virtual tours. You don't necessarily have to be physically in any of these locations. Just know that Imrama is more about a journey inward than elsewhere. Being metaphoric. When we journey to places our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. We're being called to journey to a place that is sacred to our soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. These are places to see and old friends to meet, but I see spontaneous pilgrimages already in the mix. And as I was saying, a physical voyage isn't always possible. So you absolutely can journey, even with your eyes, beloveds, even with your physical eyes, through the portal of your heart by way of these visual tours, virtual tours. Okay. It's not likely to be as impactful as actually being in these locations in person, but I would recommend it because it's still a very elevating and uplifting experience. Now, I understand in order to get these seed codes and light codes, how would you put it, in the more practical but also purposeful manner, you kind of want to be there in person, because your electromagnetic energy unconsciously to you is going to be drawn to the same type of electromagnetic energy in other people and locations. So to get the full experience, I'm thinking the only other way is to do like past life regression, but I don't really want to get into that in this particular session, because it's just all kinds of topics that lead to side quests, and I don't want to get diverted away from this particular message, because it's all about just showering you with love and all that you long for, or what you don't even know that you long for yet, with these storytellings from the cards. Yes, I said I want to gas you up, and I mean it, but I don't think this is something that is necessarily a healthy approach every single day, especially if you have a large congregation or audience and not everyone is on the same page. Plus, typically the ones who think that they have to constantly gas themselves and others up are doing it out of pure selfishness and ego anyway, instead of through the portal of the heart. It's pick me bitch type of games. So just be careful with that. And believe me, it's been working for a lot of people. But just remember that quality over quantity is still a thing. So you follow your own heart at the end of the day. Follow that invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. You can even read books or watch movies about a sacred time or place, as I was saying. Or you could be called at this time to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Boy, do I ever know what that means and how it feels. When you start getting that little tinge of homesickness again, you want to know more. It's like, if I can't be there, I at least want to know the truth of our lineage, our ancestry. No, we can't turn back time and change what has already occurred, so to speak. But we can go deeper in order to kind of unofficially resolve some of that, what we're taught by New Agers to refer to as karmic debt. It's not a debt when we are contracted to be here on this. I don't even know what to call this place anymore. It doesn't feel like home. I know that. And I think that's why I'm so resistant to really even follow any social standard when it comes to what we know about where we are and what we're doing here and what this is even all about. And I can tell you this much. One thing that hasn't changed is that we were born into a spiritual warfare, beloveds. And by doing this deep work, we're not only facing the harsher truths of our ancestors, but we're recognizing the golden nuggets, bringing that to the surface. And that's kind of the whole objective, because when we stop giving life to the not so pleasant parts of our ancestry, then it no longer has access to our energy. Don't give it our energy. So there is an activation that goes along with this card, and it may even be beneficial in gathering the courage to go ahead and get on the starting line of that journey. Your soul is ready. Even when you think you are not. Okay? Hold your hand to your heart. I mean, you don't have to listen to me. I'm not your real dad. You can do what you want to do at the end of the day, but it is suggested and recommended with this light activation, if you so choose to participate in it, to hold your hand to your heart, and your right hand, of course, and say, "May seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from land that my soul knows from times past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served, and remember that I don't have to do it all alone." Now, I have had regression done a long time ago, and if I told you who did it, you wouldn't believe me, so I'm just going to keep that part to myself. We'll just say that their family, who is still very much so alive, has helped me continue periodically to do some work, some deep work. Discovering that in one of my more recent past lives, I was actually in Louisiana. And then before Louisiana, I was in Albania. And before Albania, I was in Norway. And I could keep going, because that's just speaking on part of my soul's journey in this earthly construct and not elsewhere. And we went there as well. Oh yeah, believe me, we went there. And this is why I'm so concerned about, I'll give you a little hint about how deep I went by reinforming that I get a little upset about the whole concept of skipping the age of Pegasi. As if it isn't already going to occur on its own, while the rest of the 3D construct thinks that they're in the age of Aquarius. Yikes. It's gonna mess things all up so freaking bad. It is. And I want to laugh, but I can't, because it's not funny. You're messing up an entire age by skipping an age. You can't do that just because you think that you're the most almighty being in the multiverses, and what humans say go, and it was a construct given to us by gods. You mean deceased mortals, right? You mean deceased mortals, right? Who didn't know how to get out of their own head, right? Right. But now look, it's not about being right. It's about you going on your own journey to discover and even rediscover parts of yourself from long ago and times ahead. Because if you truly understand the concept of astral travel, some of you could be here in this earthly construct right now from the future, not the past. Alright, we'll leave it alone from there. Let's see what's going on at the bottom of the deck. Isn't that funny? inner temple. And this visual looks similar to what you would see if you committed to walking through that door first. It's like once you get in there, there's more. There's more. There's always more. So congratulations. You found the courage to make an entrance. You found the courage to make an entrance. Beautiful. All right. 2112 on the timer. We will take a look at that number in just a moment. But the primary energy for this card is tuning into the portal of your heart and being called to be a devoted student. Incorporating true devotion into your life. This, in so many words, means stating your purpose. Showing up to your soul with a synchronistic rhythm. Developing a routine practice where you fill up your well and spend time with your soul. This is exactly what we're doing, and this is what this particular Friday is all about. When I say fan your flames Friday, this is it. This is exactly what I mean. Developing a practice to fill your well and spend time with your soul. Doing the things that your soul longs to do. Before I go any further into the guidebook with this inner temple card, we're going to take a look at this angel number. 2112 has been so popular, so trending. So obviously the energy is still relevant. A highly auspicious sign from the divine indicating progress, growth, and success are in the near future. A time of new beginnings and positive energies in your life. Perseverance, progress, positivity, and determination, encouraging you to remain dedicated to your goals and endeavors. Your angels, your higher selves are telling you to improve the environment you are living in and foster harmony in your life. Another form of gassing yourself up. Okay? Where it becomes excessive is when it becomes obvious that there are some traits peeking out that we don't necessarily want to breathe life into or offer our energy to, because every single human being on this planet has the potential to be narcissistic. And so that's what we're avoiding here by, when I say gas yourself up, it truly means to just fill your well and spend time with your soul. And in doing so, it will improve the environment. But you must have trust in the divine. part of working the 12 steps, and in the beginning of the 12 steps, if you were ever part of a recovery program or some, not necessarily for AA or NA, but there are other types of recovery programs, then you know that in the beginning, you have to have a higher power, choose a higher power, know a higher power, express a higher power. And that calls for a level of trust that many of us may not even be used to still to this day. Even though we don't deny our creators. I know you don't. If you're watching this, I know you're not denying your creator. But the reason why I'm throwing out this little bit of an air of caution about excessiveness and narcissism is because this 2112 energy doesn't just relate to courage and optimism and encouraging personal growth and self-expression. It also covers the topic of your love life, your vocation, your finances, and other journeys that are entirely separate from your soul's journey. Like sometimes, and I've even been guilty of this in the past, getting my soul's journey mixed up with a twin flame journey. And they are not, and never will be, one and the same. Although the number 2112 is a mirroring number, a twin flame number, it does not necessarily mean that you have a twin flame or are a twin flame. But you can still incorporate these twin flame journey exercises, and I'm going to tell you why. By trusting in the universe, by trusting in your higher power, God, the great architect of all that is, was, and will ever be, the OG, like, when you trust in them and it's sincere, this sacred union is more profound than a twin flame union. Treat your connection with your higher power as though it is. Because to a degree, it is a twin flame union. A twin flame is another part of the same soul. So, by trusting in, I would like to actually say, Source, and the source of all that is, was, and will ever be. Trust in that, and you will begin to remember a destiny that is unique to you, and as each of us do, and does not make any of us any more special or important than another. Being unique does not make us important or special. However, being unique and being willing to set our differences aside and come together energetically it may be of some importance, regardless, in co-creating and harmonizing, restoring that awareness and peace of mind, not just for ourselves, but that peace upon this earthly construct. We're going to find things that keep us from achieving. Excuse me. Yes, we're going to find things that aim to keep us from achieving our soul's destiny. And we need to be the ones to ensure to keep heading towards it anyway. So, again, I wouldn't be trying to put too much in at once, because that's the ego taking over. That is the active ego saying, go, 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 harder, 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 stronger, don't stop till you're DEAD. No. That's the narcissist. That's the ego allowing this narcissism to continue its development. And again, we're being guided to remember that we need to ensure we keep heading towards our soul destiny anyway. And our other selves from our angelic bandwidths want to bring good news. And we're being guided to embrace this good news. And it's like they've been saying for some time that any improvements that we have been seeing, any improvements that we've been seeing that need to be made in our environment, it's like, okay, nothing's changing. Perhaps that's because we get to be the ones to orchestrate this and co-create these particular changes. That means we have to be involved, okay? But not over involved. I cannot emphasize enough avoiding being over involved. Because you might be winning in the 3D. You might feel and seem like you're getting justice in the 3D. But it's all being noted for you. Just as much as anyone else, including me. So, what you think is being of the light by way of justice according to the matrixy standards, you may end up being the one requiring the most work in the end, while you're so busy trying to work on others, pointing out their active egos, or seeing something that they have that you feel as though they don't deserve it, it should be yours, it should have been meant for you, or it is meant for you. That's not your soul. And that's not the journey that we're meant to be on. As a matter of fact, with this number, we're being guided to let go of all the negativity in our lives. It's cleanup time. And I know I've been saying this on and off basically for over a year now. But every time it comes up, I'm participating. I'm practicing what I preach. And sometimes I even do so with my devices recording. So that you know beyond all doubt that I'm not a narcissist, and I don't think I'm perfect. I don't think that I'm always right, and I don't think that I get it right, and I'm going to get it right every single time. We all make mistakes, but we are not our mistakes. So, it's good for us to foster harmony in our lives. Being the ones to create that nurturing environment for ourselves and our loved ones. So, I'm going to Draw one more from the bottom. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So treat yourself to that nurturing and fostering of harmony in your lives all throughout this day, the weekend. Carry it over to the weekend. There's no need to try to crunch all this harmony in one day, right? Okay, I'm going to break out the Healing Energy Oracle for some closing messages, because here in less than 10 minutes, I have somewhere to be as a moderator. So I'm going to get the heck off of here after I shower you with a bit more love. As it is, yeah, it's getting to be crunch time. At the bottom of the Healing Energy Oracle, we have being true. I am true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. Wow, what a beautiful synchronicity with the rest of these cards. All right, now I'm going to do a bit of shuffling where you can see. So I don't always trust it when people shuffle off camera, especially if I'm aware that they've been known for being deceitful in the past, and it's not gossip. It's coming directly from people who actually had to deal with them on a daily basis, and were trying to warn me. But it made me more nervous, wondering why the heck they were telling me these things. You know, like, why are you telling me this? You know? Well, to foster harmony, and in order to do that, we have to avoid the negativity. And I know, it'll never get old, the disingenuine people on the internet. Listen to life. I am attentive to the world around me, signing in symbols, guiding me to success. I listen and discover the way to the eternal. And as you embark on this inner temple journey, your soul is yearning. And that restlessness you're experiencing could very well be a part of that. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you. And so the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly it will guide you. Right now, you're getting all these weird feelings and bits and bobs of signs, and even what seems to be distractions, diversions, blah, 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 blah. But what's happening is your soul is showing you where to look. But because you're still in this phase of resistance, that's not what it feels like. That's not the experience that you're having at this time. But the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly you will be guided. We're here to grow as souls. Okay, I'm going to read from the guidebook, from the guidebook for the inner temple. Because of all these cards, it is the most relevant. So we're just going to bring this one back. The inner temple. Being true. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't see that, but it's okay because we're going to cover that part up. Being true. And listening to life. Okay. Back to the inner temple. Your soul wants a deeper relationship with you, not some dude, some chick. I mean, that could be, but this is not what this is not what we're gassing up here. It's time for you to start thinking from above the waist. And you're being called to go deeper in your soul growth to increase your devotion by being a student of a lineage or a spiritual teacher. A committed student. And if you have been, then you're being commended for your devotion. Your guides want you to know how proud of you they are, and that time you spend in devotion is priceless. If you are questioning your career or life path, your guides want you to turn your focus towards devotion. And ask your guides, please use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big, moving prayer. And then from there, just continue to commit to that devotional practice. Manifestation of light. I see the beauty in me. I grow and develop my inner self in harmony with light and beauty. I free myself from negativity. My heart transforms, my intellect shines, and my inner light grows. And remember, may your life be one big, moving prayer. Your soul wants to use you in ways that delight your mind, body, and soul, and restore harmony and peace in this 3D earthly construct. Thank you so very much, beloved Cosmic Familia, for tuning in. I do apologize for the glare. I will work on the lighting in the next one. And until I see you again, have a great one, and I will see you on the other side. Brightest blessings.